This is the continuation of the town hall meeting. Different from Balabulu, Bulabas, and the host is the Prime Minister of Brgie, Ekpa Njoko. This message is concerning what Finland passed through. And that is exactly what the Biafrans are passing through at this moment in time to tell you that we are on the right track. That is exactly why this meeting is very necessary, so that people will understand, or the Biafrans rather, we know that we are not joking. This one is the government in exile with the Prime Minister and other activists, or rather other Biafran activists that joined the show. So make on a continue listening. This one is just the continuation of the first video. Oh yeah, let's continue. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe.
Finland in the 1899 with the February Manifesto, a legislative act given by Nicholas II when Nikolai was the Governor General of Finland. As a response, the cultural address pro Finlandia was gathered with 523,000 names. I am telling you today that Finland conducted self-referendum in the name of pro-Finlandia signatures. Today, you can call it a referendum. They gathered 523,000 names that is supporting the freedom and independence of Finland. They gathered these names, and a delegation of 500 people was sent to St. Petersburg to deliver the signature of 523,000 names. Do you understand me? They took this step by themselves because Russia will never give them independence. They conducted the referendum themselves, gathered 523,000 signatures. Today, Biafra have gathered over 50 million signatures. Can you beat that? I am telling you, I will be the end of this whole thing. Forget all the nonsense in propaganda on social media. I am here physically. Finland gathered 523,000 names to declare independent. Biafra has gathered 50 million. 50 million Biafrans are still counting. After the Finland gathered 520,000 people, they sent 500 delegates to Russia with those names they gathered to St. Petersburg to deliver it. The King Resistance Movement, formed at this time in the 1901 in Russia, tried to alter the nature of the Finnish army. I want you to understand that as Finland was gathering 523,000 names, they already formed the Liberation Army of Finland. Today you can call them the Liberation Army of Finland. And in response to that, Russia formed what they call the Kakao Resistance Movement. They formed this movement at that time in Russia. They tried to alter the nature of the Finnish army with a new conscription law. This is something Nigeria is doing today, wanting to enact a law that will say anybody who is agitating for freedom will go 25 years. Russia did it to Finland. They want to enact a law called the conscription law in order to alter the army of Finland. They call it conscription law, which demanded that Finns not only defend Finland, but also fight for Russia on any front. You understand? They wanted to carry Finland by force by enacting a law. What Nigeria is doing today is exactly what Russia have done. My people just believe in what I'm doing. You see, Nigeria will bring it down this year. Nigeria needed to go down for people to survive. Now, Finnish resistance grow into a mass movement. Are you listening to me? Because of this, Finnish resistance moved into a mass movement, and only half of the eligible men reported for duty. The Bobrikov was shot in 1904 by Egon, who shot himself afterward. The Finnish newspaper, Päivalehti, which had been censored before, was closed permanently as a result of the editorial written about assassination. Now, listen and listen attentively. The man who composed the Biafra national anthem, who is a Finnish man called Juan Sibelius, composed in memory of Skelman, the steamship SS John Grafton unsuccessfully attempted to smuggle large quantity of arms for the Finnish resistance during the Russo-Japan's War of 1904 to 1905. Even this Finland, people try to smuggle guns to give to Finland for their resistance army. The same thing we are doing today in Biafra land. It is a fight for survival. Today, people are bringing guns to Biafra to support us because we don't deserve to die. My fellow Biafrans, during the 1905 to 1908, a man called Leo formed a government and created a liberal democracy within the universal right to vote. Are you listening to me? A man called Leo Mechlin formed a government and created a liberal democracy with the universal right to vote and be elected. In 1906, the unicameral parliament of Finland was created with universal and equal suffrage. However, the power of the parliament was limited by the term from the 1908 to 1916. Now, I want everybody to pay attention. The second period of Russification of Finland. In 1908, the World War I led activist group to unite. Under Franz Albert Obrikov, successors of the Governor General, all legislation was moved to the Russian State Duma, which then pushed for laws restricting Finnish autonomy. Are you listening? They pushed for another law restricting Finnish autonomy. This is something that Nigeria, they are debating today, but they have made their end. Russia demanded higher payment, and the Senate of Finland was replaced with the Admiral Senate or a suburb Senate. Nicholas too pushed the complete Russification and the end of the Finnish autonomy in 1914. While Nigeria was being amalgamated forcefully, fraudulently in 1914, the end of the Russification of Finland started. The Finnish autonomy, end of the Finnish autonomy started in 1914 in quest to stop Finnish freedom. But this was halted by the beginning of the First World War. The Jaguar movement was formed and sent first 200 and later 1,900 Finnish volunteers to Germany to be trained as Jaguars, a light infantry, for armed resistance. Are you listening to me? For armed resistance. The Finnish Jaguar formed 27 Jaguar Battalion. By the way, I served in the Jaguar Battalion of the Hammer Regiment in Finland. It's a historic battalion, as you're just hearing today. That was where I served in the Finnish military. The Jaguar Elite Infantry for armed resistance. The Finnish Jaguar formed the 27th Jaguar Battalion and were eventually sent to Libau to fight against Russian Empire. Sibelius composed Jaguar March lyrics written by Haig Nurmio, who served in the 27th Battalion. Now, I want all of you to understand that the February and October Revolution in 1917 ignited hope in the Grand Duchy of Finland. The revolution for Biafra hope is coming, and believe me, 1 month lockdown of the Nigeria institution is part of it. After the abduction of one of the men called Nicholas II, on the march, second march. Just like they abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All these things you see today did not start from Biafra. They also abducted those who were also in the forefront of the freedom in Finland in those days. The Persian Union between Russia and Finland lost its legal base, at least according to the view in Helsinki. Exactly how everything have lost its legal base between Biafra and Nigeria, according to Biafrans in Biafra land. The same thing was applicable to Finland. As he was the Grand Duke of Finland, just the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. This man called Nicholas II was the Duke, the Grand Duke of Finland. Now, when he was abducted, the negotiation began between the Russian provisional government and Finnish authorities. That led to Power Act. The resulting proposal approved by the Russian provisional government was heavily rewritten in the Finnish parliament and transformed into so-called the Power Act. I want you people to understand that even though we are not copying what Finland did, but there are similarities in it. And the history can go on and on and on. Similarity of the step and the template we are taking today to liberate you Biafra people from Nigeria and get you independent and get you lasting peace is almost similar to the Finland pathway to freedom. Today we have broken record as a government in exile and a government in the homeland controlling the territory of Biafra. And today we have recorded 50 million. I want you to tell me anywhere in the history of this world where a government in exile and controlling the de facto government have been able to conduct a referendum, beating and smarting the evil government in the homeland and having people in millions to vote. Today we recorded over 50 million votes. And the vote still goes on till November because of the situation on ground. We make sure that everybody will be given the opportunity to participate in giving their signature on Biafra referendum. Today, we are winning. And they are running, sending assassins to Finland, sending social bombers to Finland. And when they fail, they run back to Finnish authority each time they see them come to Africa. My fellow Biafrans, the people you saw being interviewed as the ministers from the Nordic country did not come to Nigeria because of Simon Ekpa. They came for the African Union or ECOWAS meeting. And of course, Nigeria Islamic and Caliphate State, Nigeria terrorist state, and their nincompoop media, they will not ask relevant questions. They are always after Simon Ekpa. They went and asked the Finnish Minister of Foreign Affairs, Elena, who is a very noble woman, about Simon Ekpa. They left the problem of Nigeria. They left the insecurity that Nigeria military have recruited Boko Haram and they are killing people in northern Nigeria. They are killing people in the Middle Belt. They are killing people in Biafra land, of which we are resisting. They left all the insecurity that Nigerian army, police, and all of them have created, kidnapping, abduction, killing, and all that. They left those concerns. They left the concern that Nigerians are protesting for hunger. They left those concerns, and their only concern is Simon Ekpa. What are you doing, Finland, to capture Simon Ekpa? I am telling you today, I am here, and nobody will capture me. I will fight this thing till the end of it, and Biafra will be declared here in Finland. And it will happen in the presence of all of you, and you will see how God is going to use me to save Biafrans from the hand of the Islamic jihadist government and terrorist government of Nigeria. I want you to understand that after Finland declared independent, they had a problem. They had a problem, oh my people, a problem of recognition. This same recognition that we are fighting today. Finland had a problem. And you know how many times they have declared independence in Finland? There was another declaration of 15 November. There was another declaration of the 1917. And November 27, 1917. So the declaration on the 15th of November, which actually changed everything about Finland pathway to freedom. Irving formed a Senate, which started on November 27, 1917. Its goal was to execute independence as soon as possible. The Senate returned to the Parliament with a declaration of independence and a proposal for the new Republican instrument of government on the 4th of December. The Declaration of Independence was technically given to the form of preamble of the proposition and was intended to be agreed upon by the Parliament. Parliament adopted the declaration on 6th December with 100 votes against 88. Do you understand that this Finland today, 88 persons voted against the Declaration of Independence of Finland, while 100 persons voted for it? So minus 88 from 100. How many did they give you? 12 or 22 was the winning number for the declaration of the independent state of Finland. You understand? They won the vote with 12 persons. Ordinary 12. Ordinary 12. It was 100 against 88. So 88 Finnish people say, no to the declaration. Today, the same people who don't know this history, or maybe who know this history, will be telling you how certain person will be sitting on the national television and telling you, we are not for Biafra, I am an Igbo man, I am a Joe, we are not for Biafra, but in Finland, 100 voted yes, and 88 voted no. Only 12 changed the fate of Finland today. This thing that all of us are joining today, only 12% made the difference. Now, after the declaration after the voting of 100 to 88 on the December of 1917, with reference to the declaration of 15th of November, are you listening? In the new declaration says, I want you to understand, the Finnish people or the people of Finland have by this step taken their fate into their own hands. Are you hearing me? After they voted by 100 to 88, they have the declaration wording, and they read like this. The people of Finland have by this step, the step they are taken by voting to declare Biafra, which is exactly what we are going to replicate in Finland on the 2nd of December. After gathering our vote, we're going to count them, and we're going to know how many people have voted for Biafra. Now, a step both justified and demanded by present condition. Their present condition justify the step they have taken by voting to declare independence. They say that it is not only the condition, but also the present condition demanded by this present condition justify the means, justify the fact that they have voted for the declaration of independence of Finland. The people of Finland feel deeply that they cannot fulfill their national and international duty without complete sovereignty. The same thing we, the Biafra people, are feeling today that makes Simon Ekpa to become a terrorist, according to them. The reason why Simon Ekpa is the bad person in the eye of the enemy who have killed our people before the emergence of Simon Ekpa is because with Nigeria, Biafrans continue to be in Nigeria. We, the Biafra people, will never ever fulfill our national and international duty without a complete sovereignty of Biafra state. That is the reason why Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government is doing what we are doing today. We have every potential to become the best in the world. We cannot attain this potential under Nigeria. Apart from the security issue, apart from the killing, the annihilation, the massacre and mass murder of the Biafra people, the marginalization, we can never ever attain our national and international duty without complete sovereignty nation of Biafra. The century-old desire for freedom awaits fulfillment now. This was the word of the Declaration of Independence State of Finland. This exact thing we will do in Biafra and for Biafra and in Finland in the convention. Now, Finland's people step forward as a free nation among the other nations in the world. The people of Finland dare to confidentially await how other nations in the world recognizes that with their full independence and freedom, the people of Finland can do their best in fulfillment of those purposes that will win them a place amongst civilized people.
So my people, here is also the second part or second verse of this declaration of Biafra, and you can call it town hall, different from Balabulu Bulabas. The continuation on the way. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe.